I'm here with Sandy from Sacred Few, and she is the Jager Queen, which obviously she's earned this title from her many years of experience. So we want to hear about the time you made Gord from Pile Driver throw up on stage.
Oh my God, okay. I was at my usual spot at the front of the stage because that's where I like to be.
Yeah.
And I was drinking a double Jager bomb, and he was, saying, I'm really thirsty. What do you have good to drink? And I just went, here. So he chugs it all down, and he gets through one song, and then I see him going. And then
God.
he, all of a sudden he ran in the back, and he threw up, and I'm like, I'm like, oh my God. And everybody was looking at me. And I'm looking around, and half the people are doing this, yeah. And the other half of the people are going,
oh my God.
So, and then I felt so bad because I had never met him. After they got done playing and they're downstairs and they get settled, I asked Bill, can I go and talk to him? I feel so bad. Mm-hmm. So I just went down to him and I introduced myself. And hey, I'm sorry.
I'm the one that gave you I'm the one that made you sick.
But God. But I was like, I didn't know what to do. I mean,
good time to pull this out. So, what's going on here?
All right. Well, that would have been our last Black Death show that we played, and it was at a club that's not around anymore. Ripper Owens, who sang with Judas Priest. It was his tap house, which was a combination, kind of a bar, rock club, and they also served food. And we did the show, and we had this Jaeger contest.
Okay.
And I talked to Bridget, and I got her on the sly, and I'm like, Bridget, I don't feel like drinking. She's like, I don't feel like drinking either. Well, let's just do a couple of shots. So she's like, okay. So then we get there, and they must have had 20 glasses, like triple shots.
Oh, God.
We went through, this is true story, 1.5 liters of Jaeger in about 25 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Now, but I prepped for it because a friend of mine, her dad was in the original Hell's Angels and told me to drink 1/2 cup of olive oil to prepare. He said, you'll buy about an hour if you do that. You won't feel the effects of the alcohol. So I drank this olive oil, probably about 15, 20 minutes before we actually did the contest. Mm-hmm. And I was fine for about an hour.
Oh, God.
Now, from what I understand, I kept it down the longest. So technically I do win that.
Oh,
however, when... Mount St. Helens blew, it was not pretty. It was... It was bad. So, anyway, yeah. And of course, my kid's at the show.
Oh, great.
I'm outside in the patio on a chair puking my guts out.
Oh, God.
And my son's with a couple of his buddies like, Ma, we're leaving now. Bye, son. We'll see you later.
Oh, my God.
So, worst hangover I have ever had in my entire life. And then the ride home was a trip, too.
Oh, God.
The boyfriend drives this Camaro, and he's doing 70 on the freeway, and I had the window all the way down. Well, for any of you who have a Camaro, my head was out the window, but it blew back in the car.
Oh, God.
So the next day...
It smelled awful.
2 bottles of Resolve, and about 5 hours later...
Oh, my God.
It still smelled. It was... And then the next day, Dave Overkill has a barbecue with... he pulls out a bottle of Jaeger and points at me. I'm like...
No, yeah.
And he was cooking up all this awesome looking, salmon and all this stuff, and I'm like 3 shades of green.
Drunken stories and nerdish details, always here on Heavy Metal Relics.